Now, the summary of the Sound of Music second part, the Shahnai of Bismillah Khan. Bismillah Khan made a valuable contribution to the world of music through the Shahnai. For this, he was honored with India's highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna, in 2001. He hailed from a family of musicians. He improvised many new rags with the Shahnai and thus placed it among other classical musical instruments. He won accolades on the international level too. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of the pungi in his royal court. He disliked the sound and showed the pungi was termed to be a noisemaker. A barber tried to improve the pungi's tone. He got a hollow stem, wider and longer. Then the pungi was made 7 holes on it and blew into it, closing and opening the holes. It produced soft, melodious music. As this instrument had been developed by a barber called Nai in India, was played in the king's court called Shah. The instrument was named Shah plus Nai, Shahnai. The Shahnai became a part of auspicious occasions. It was a part of the group of 9 musical instruments that were played at the royal court. Bismillah Khan was born at Dumraon, Bihar in 1916 into a family of musicians. His grandfather Rasul Waqs Khan played the Shahnai at the court of the king of Bhojpur. His father Paigambar Waqs and his paternal as well as maternal uncles were Shahnai players. As a child, Bismillah Khan would visit the Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, for which the king rewarded him with a laddu weighing 1.25 kg. At the age of 3, Bismillah Khan visited his maternal uncle Ali Baks at Banaras. He saw him playing the Shahnai and was fascinated by it. At the age of 5, he started learning playing it. He would spend hours practicing at the temple of Balaji and Mangla Maiya by the banks of the holy river Ganga. The flowing waters of the river inspired him to improvise, and Bismillah Khan invented ragas which were considered to be beyond the range of the Shahnai. At the age of 14, he performed at the Allahabad Music Conference and his talent was appreciated by Ustad Fayyaz Khan. In 1938, he started performing from the Lucknow stations of the All India Radio. The day India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan performed from the Red Fort and greeted the country through his Shahnai. He recited Rag Kafi, which was followed by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's famous Tryst with Destiny speech. Bismillah Khan performed all around the world. His first foreign performance was in Afghanistan, where the king was so impressed that he gifted him many souvenirs. Bismillah Khan composed music for 2 films. Hindi film titled Goonj Uthi Shahnai, directed by Vijay Bhatt, and Kannada film titled Shanadhi Apana by Bikram Srinivas. He was the first Indian to perform at the Lincoln Central Hall in United States of America. He also performed in Montreal, Cannes and Tokyo. In Tehran, an audition was named after him, Tahar Maushik Ustad Bismillah Khan. Ustad Bismillah Khan said that music was India's richest heritage and had to be taught to the children. Although he had traveled all over the world, he was attached to Dumraon and Banaras. Once a student asked him to set up a Shahnai school in the USA and promised to recreate the temples of Banaras there. Bismillah Khan asked him whether he would transport the river Ganga also, as he was attached to as well. Bismillah Khan is true examples of secular Indian as being a Muslim. He played the Shahnai at the Kasi Vishwanath temple. For him, music was above music was above religious barriers. Now we have the some question answers that we'll discuss in these chapters. First question is, why did Aurangzeb ban the playing of the pungi? Aurangzeb disliked the sound produced by pungi. It was considered to be a reeded noisemaker as it was loud, shrill and unpleasant, so he banned playing of pungi in his royal court. Second question, how is a shahnai different from a pungi? Although the shahnai is also a reeded musical instrument like the pungi, it differs in shape, size and the quality of sound produced by it. It was made with a hollow stem which was longer and broader than the pungi and had 7 holes on it. The sound produced by the shahnai was soft and melodious in contrast to the shrill noise made by the pungi. Question number third. Where was the shahnai played traditionally? How did Bismillah Khan change this? Traditionally, the shahnai was played at the royal court as a part of the traditional collection of musical instruments called Nawat. In the temples and at weddings, Bismillah Khan invented new ragas with the shahnai and thus brought it on the stage among other classical musical instruments. Question number 4. When and how did Bismillah Khan get his big break? Bismillah Khan got his big break when in 1938 the All India Radio opened its radio station at Lucknow. He played shahnai from the radio station regularly and his music became popular through it. Question number 5. Where did Bismillah Khan play the shahnai on 15th August 1947? Why was the event historic? Answer. On 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan played the shahnai from the Red Fort and greeted the entire country. The event was historic as it was the day when India gained independence from the British rule. Bismillah's performance was followed by the historic speech Traced with Destiny given by India's first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Question number 6. Why did Bismillah Khan refuse to start a shahnai school in the USA? Bismillah Khan was attached to the temples of Banaras and the river Ganga. He could not leave them and so refused to set up a shahnai school in the USA. Find at least 2 instances in the text which tell you that Bismillah Khan loves India and Banaras. Bismillah's love for India and Banaras are shown by the fact that he refused to set up a shahnai school in USA as he could not leave Banaras and river Ganga. Secondly, when he was honored with Bharat Ratna, he declared that Indian classical music was India's richest heritage. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. If you like it, please must subscribe.